If you guys haven't already followed Little John's Yarn, she posts patterns every week. Go subscribe for some awesome patterns. And if you haven't subscribed to Chasing Sunrae, she posts on Sundays, so look out for her patterns as well. And we're going to get into the video. So in today's video, I used a medium weight for a yarn. I used a 6mm J hook, a measuring tape, also a sewing needle to sew everything together, and a pair of scissors to cut everything. So to start off, I am chaining 47. That's for like an extra small to a small, and I recommend that you go up 2 inches in width and length for your sizes. So once you do your amount of chains that you need, you want to chain 1, and then you want to half double crochet into the second chain from the hook. And like I said with the sizes, you just go up 2 inches, whatever your stitch gauge is, go up 2 inches width and length. So after you half double crochet across, I did that for 5 rows because that's my pattern that I'm using. It's 5 rows of half double crochet, 1 row of double crochet, which would be the 6th row in the pattern. So I'm connecting my yarn and I'm preparing for a double crochet. And I'm going to double crochet a row across these rows of 5 half double crochet. And so that's what my pattern is going to be. And I'm going to do that for the front for about like 47 rows maybe in total. But we're going to split off to make it a V-neck in a minute. So yeah, you want to double crochet across, and then continue with 5 rows of half double crochet, and then 1 row of double crochet, and 5 rows of half double crochet, 1 row of double crochet, all the way until you get to the portion right before your bust. So then I found the middle of my work, and then for me that was like the 23rd chain. So I started from the end and I connected my yarn with my next color, which was white, and I'm going to start decreasing. I'm only going to decrease towards the middle part of the bust, not the edging. So I am half double crocheting all the way to the middle, and when we get to the middle, I will be showing you how to half double crochet decrease. Is basically half double crocheting 2 stitches together. So you want to stop at 2 stitches before a stitch before the stitch marker middle part that you have marked, and you want to yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop, and then yarn over again, insert your hook, pull up a loop, and then you want to pull through all the loops on your chain, and that is how you half double crochet 2 together. And then you want to turn your work, and I'm not chaining any, I'm just turning my work, and I am already yarned over, and I'm going to insert my hook into the first chain, and then I'm going to loop over and then yarn over again and pull through all. So that is another half double crochet 2 together, and you want to do that on top of each other, only on the inside part. So this is me at the end of that row, and I am finishing my half double crochet row, and then I'm going to chain 1 at the end of every row on this end. You just chain 1 and you go back towards where you're going to decrease at. And I'm sorry you guys, I didn't keep showing you, but it's repetitive and it's plenty of videos on how to decrease. So yeah, so this is me going back after I chain 1, and I'm going back across that half double crochet row, and when I get to the end of this row, I'm going to half double crochet 2 together again. And that's how you create the V-neck for your sweater. So I'm just going across, and that's what you do back and forth until, well, here's another decrease together that I'm going to do. Let me go ahead and show you. Insert the hook and pull through all of them. So that's how you decrease, and I'm gonna do that until I have 16 stitches, and then I'm not gonna decrease any further. And you can do like 2 stitches up from that. So if you were making like a small or a medium, you could do like 18 chains. That's when you would stop. So this is basically how much I've decreased so far. And this is the portion where I said I had 16 stitches. So I'm just going to go across these 16 stitches for maybe about 11 rows until I reach my shoulder portion, so I can start the neck of the sweater. So yeah, you just go across. And so like I said, I did that for about maybe 10 or 11 rows. And now we are going to start for the neck portion, the back portion of the sweater. So you want to do the same thing for the other side. You want to reconnect your yarn at the end of the other side so you can work in the same direction that you did with the first panel. It's basically like the sleeve. Is it? No, it's the bust portion, and it connects to the back of the sweater. So yeah, you reconnect the yarn and you do the same thing that you just did on one side, you do it to the other side. And it's super duper easy. I used a bigger hook so it could have a little bit of drape when I wear it, so it won't be so like bulky and fitted. So yeah, now I have two sides that look exactly alike. And so I'm going to reconnect my yarn at the end of one of the panels. I'm just going to call them panels. So my next color is the burgundy again. So I am on a double crochet row. Double crochet row. So I'm going to double crochet across these 16 stitches on this panel, and the first the chain 3 in each row does not count as a stitch. I'm just letting you guys know that I didn't want a whole bunch of holes in the sweater, so I just did it that way. So yeah, you want to double crochet across these 16 stitches, and then I am going to chain 15 because I have 16 stitches on each side of my panels, and if I add 15, that brings me back to 47, which is where I originally started at. So I'm just letting you guys know for whatever size you choose. So if you chose to do, instead of 47 stitches, say you did 49, you would do the amount that gets you back to 49 stitches. Do you understand what I'm saying? I hope you guys do. But yeah, that's what I would advise you to do. So like I said, you just double crochet across here, and I'm coming up on my last double crochet of these 16 stitches on this panel. Okay, and then I'm going to chain 15. Your number may be different, I'm sure. So then you just want to double crochet this chain into the next panel. I'm struggling right now. So yarn over and double crochet into that first stitch so you can double crochet across the next 16 stitches. Well, it will be 15 after this one. You see how the chain is connected, and you just go across the rest of the stitches. And I'm sorry, I am not in frame, and it is super duper dark in my house because I was crocheting at night and I don't have good lighting in here. So my bad, y'all. But yeah, you just double crochet, and at this point, after you do this row, I did another double crochet row, so it would be the same color. So I double crocheted back across that these 16 stitches, that chain of 15, and then the next 16 stitches, and that all creates the back portion to your sweater. And it's going to make more sense if you don't understand it right now when I show you the sweater all laid out. So I basically just continued the pattern, my rows of 5 half double crochet and 1 row of double crochet, and I made sure that I did enough rows to match so that the stripes matched up. And I did 51 rows on the back, I believe, because the front is shorter than the back and it has a split on the side. And I didn't show all of that, but yeah, here's the neck portion, and you just make sure everything's lined up, and you just continue the pattern from the portion where you just stopped at. So now I'm showing you the whole sweater. I have completed the front, and this is where our decrease was at, our neck hole. That is the chain of 15 that I did, and now this is the whole back of the sweater. So then you want to just go ahead and stitch those sides up and leave enough space for your arms. So yeah, I stitched it up. You can wait until after you make your sleeves to do that, but I just tried it on and I put stitch markers where my arm holes, where I felt like my armhole should be at, and everybody's might be different, or however you like your sleeves to fit. So you just want to stitch up these sides but leave your armholes open. And then I am using the same hook and I'm going to create the sleeve cuff. So I'm chaining 10. And then after I chain 10, I am going to I'm going to double crochet in the third chain from the hook. And then I'm going to double crochet across the rest of the stitches, and it's 8 stitches, I believe. And I did this for about 11 rows, so I could have 22 half double crochets, and you'll see later what I'm talking about. So yeah, you do however many rows you need. I did it 11. So if you need like 24 inches around your wrist, then you would probably do 12, so you could fit 2 more half double crochets on that row. So like I said, you go up like 2 inches or 2 whatever for another size. So here is my 11 rows. And I'm going to connect my white yarn, and I'm going to place 2 half double crochets in every double crochet space. So yeah, 2 half double crochets in every space of double crochet. And I did that for 5 rows because every double crochet row that I'm going to do from here on out is going to be an increase. So 5 rows of half double crochet and 1 row of double crochet increase. So yeah, it's super duper easy. So now I am coming up on my first increase. So I'm going to attach my burgundy yarn, and then I'm going to chain 3, and I'm going to place 2 stitches in the beginning and ending stitches. Now the first chain 3 doesn't count as a stitch, like I said in this pattern for the sleeves. So you want to double crochet across, and then you want to add 2 double crochets at the end in the last stitch. So it's 2 stitches in the first chain and 2 stitches in the last chain to double crochet increase. And then I'm going to continue with 5 rows of half double crochet with no increase, and then that next double crochet row I will increase. So like I said, you just keep going with the pattern. Now if you're not using colors, then it probably won't matter to you, but this is just how I'm doing it. I want to make sure all my colors match up. So after you finish your sleeve, I think I ended up with about 30 stitches at the top. So yeah, so I increased here, increased there, increased there, and then I didn't increase on this row, and then I increased on the last row of double crochet just so it could fit my arm. I didn't want it to be too big at the top for me because my arms are really skinny, but you can continuously increase if you want. So basically you want to just fold your sleeve over and stitch it up just like you did the side of your sweater. So you add those little stitches in. And yeah, I'm sorry guys if I'm all over the place, but the last time I gave people like the sizes to do, I got kind of like a lot of people were saying, oh, this didn't fit me and that didn't fit me. So I kind of just want people to learn how to do it kind of like on your own by trial and error like I do. So anyway, once you stitch up your sleeve, you want to turn it inside out, well, right side out. And then you want to put the sleeve inside of the armhole portion of your sweater, with the part that would be in your armpit should be facing each other, and the part that should be at the top of your shoulder should be facing together. So you just stitch that together as best as you can. I don't really use any fancy stitches. I just go in whatever hole. I don't match it up all the time because it's not really noticeable. Super duper easy. Stitch that thing right on up. And then, you know, we're going to do the little edging. I made it so it would be like a little split on the side of my sweater. So I made the back longer than the front, and then I didn't sew the whole sides together. So now I'm just going to attach my yarn at the bottom part where the red is, and I'm going to use the red to go all the way around the bottom of the sweater, just so it has like another little color up there. So it's not just left looking undone. So yeah. And it looks so much better after I washed it and dried it. It was so cute. I should have did it before I showed it in the video, but I was impatient. Anyway, so you just go around the whole side of it. Super duper easy. And so after you do those sides, you of course do the front. Go all the way across the front. I think I only did like single crochet across the front because I didn't want it to be too bulky and make it like an extra row. But I have double crocheted, I think, the sides, the little split area. And so after you finish that, you just fasten it off, and then we are going to go around the neck hole. And I didn't show the whole thing of this either because it's super duper easy. You want to just reconnect your yarn. I did it at the back of the sweater, like where the back of my neck would be, right by my shoulder. And I just started, and I'm not going in any chains. I'm going between them because that was where I did the chain of 15, and it's really hard for me to get into those stitches with this hook. So I'm just going between each double crochet space that I could find, and I'm just single crocheting. And I'm going to do that also along the V-neck part, but I didn't show that because it's self-explanatory. And then basically you're done. I just chained a chain long enough that I could weave into the V-neck part so it wouldn't be so open, even though it's not that open, but I just wanted it to have like the little drawstring look. So you chain however many you want to chain. I think I did like maybe 100. And then you just weave it through. You can go back on that chain to make it thicker if you want. It would be so much cuter, but I didn't want mine to be super bulky. And yeah, that's it. So thanks guys for watching this video. See you guys in the next one. Bye.